So how you been?
Good. I should be home in about 5 minutes. I'll get on my computer and we'll do it that way.
Yeah, that'd be better for sure. Elsie,
Here's what's important. You're looking good, guy. It's a good look.
Looking sharp. Yeah, I was out messing around at the river. I was telling Pete I just saw a whole flock of wild turkeys.
Nice. So it must have felt like a family reunion.
Yeah, I did.
We just saw a snapping turtle that almost bit Lily's nose off.
Oh my goodness.
All right, Noah has joined the party.
Can you hear me?
Oh yeah.
Wait, Noah's part of this?
Oh.
I gotta go.
Oh, that hurts. Kill me, dude.
Right? I know.
Words hurt as badly as a fist, except for the fist.
Wait until I punch you, then you'll know.
Oh, geez. This got violent really quickly.
It could get worse, trust me, and probably will.
How's the electrical apprenticeship? Noah?
It's good. It's good, Uncle Guy. Actually, as a matter of fact, I'm Brother Noah now. I got sworn in on Friday.
Oh, very good.
So you and Noah are both uncle and nephew and brother and brother.
Weird. Gross.
It's like Alabama.
Except
what is the local union there?
We're 1205 out of Gainesville.
1205. Local 111 here.
Oh wow, you got an old local.
Yep.
which is
What
good because the hazing ritual for 1205 isn't as well established as it is for 111.
Oh jeez.
Actually, there is no hazing ritual, as I'm aware.
That's unfortunate.
I think that's
Pete's real into the hazing.
You think what, Guy?
I think that's for fraternities and sororities.
Oh, I see. Well, I anytime I hear a union brotherhood, I'm thinking somebody's going to get a paddling.
No, it's more of a Teamster type thing.
Got it.
Cement.
No, you need to get your webcam on, dude, so we can see your hairy chest.
Whoa. Hairy chest not required.
Hairy chest not condoned.
But visual is good.
Although I guess Dad had a shirtless episode, so
I did have a
we
shirtless
really
episode.
judge.
Yeah, it was a great episode. That shirtless episode was among our best, I think.
If you say so.
Noah's a very hairy person. It's a lot.
What? Did you see me shirtless? Wait, what's going on? I put a shirt on. I just put a shirt on.
No, we're just saying that you don't have a webcam operating, so we can't see your hairy chest.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, here. I mean, let's view it in its glory.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah.
Yours looking much better.
I got a new shirt.
Oh, hey, listen, we have a quorum at this point, so we're going to get started, shall we?
Oh boy.
Here we. Shall we do it now? So, or Guy, should we wait for you to actually get home?
Go ahead.
Okay, here we go.
Fuck it.
Nah, we're going to restart this shit. Welcome to a Shinn Show. I'm Pete Shinn, I suppose, titular patriarch of the Shinn clan at the moment. Joining me from his car in Denver, Guy Shinn. Hello, Guy.
Hello.
Very good. And also joining us is son Noah from Gainesville, Florida. Hello, Noah.
Hello.
Joining us also, wife Elsie from upstairs. Hello, Elsie.
Howdy.
And joining us from Omaha, daughter Sarah. Hello, Sarah.
Howdy.
And son Nick.
Yeah, hi.
All right, I could have sworn you were going to say salam and good evening, because that's your typical shtick.
Yeah. Yeah, I decided to switch it up this time.
Wow.
Keep you on your toes.
You flipped the script. All right, well, fantastic. Well, glad we're all here. We certainly have a quorum. So much to discuss, so much to go over, so much to review.
Like?
Well,
I think we should start with my brilliant idea of how we can establish our dominance as a country in this world. And we should start training all of our bears and mountain lions and dogs and shit to fight on our side like Narnia. And I think that would intimidate all other countries.
The Russians are already doing that shit.
This was sounding a little white supremacist-y, but now it's just like a circus, and I'm here for it.
What do you mean the Russians are already doing that shit, Noah?
The Russians are training their bears to like savage us. You didn't know that?
Oh, dude, did you guys hear about that village in Russia that is like being attacked? Well, I'm pretty sure it's over now, but it's being attacked by polar bears, by like a group of like 100 polar bears, but they're endangered, so they can't kill them, so they just gotta cower in their homes.
No, that's what I'm saying. Put those polar bears on our side to work.
Yeah, and then there was that pack of 400 wolves that also terrorized probably a different village, but
also in Russia.
But also in Russia, yeah. And there was nothing. It was out in the middle of bumfuck Russia, so there was no help. Nobody could do anything. They had to fight off these wolves for like a week.
52 polar bears.
Starve the animals, and mission accomplished.
Just starve them. Yeah. Okay. They get after it when they're hungry.
You had an actual number, Noah?
Oh, 52 polar bears attacked the village of Belushya Guba on the Novaya Zemlya Islands in northern Russia.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know that polar bears could organize.
Well,
they are. They're organized. They're actually unionized as well.
That's right. Polar Bear Brother Local 101.
Those damn unionized.
That's right.
All right. Well, good. Well, so, Elsie, I'd say your idea clearly has merit since it's already being implemented by animals themselves.
Yeah, go figure. Russia's ahead of us, too.
Wow. That's really troubling, frankly. Really troubling. But not so troubling that anybody else has any comment on it. So, we'll move on.
They're fucking bears. What are you going to do?
Russians are badass, man. I mean, there's no way around that.
I think we have a spy in our midst.
Did you guys hear about that? Did anybody watch that Icarus documentary?
Oh, yeah. The one about the Russian doping scandal?
Yeah, the Russian state-sponsored doping program.
Yes, I didn't.
It was all complete accident. The guy who made it was trying to make a documentary like, I'm going to compete in a bike race, and then I'm going to take steroids and compete in the same bike race just to see, like, so we can have exact measurement of how effective steroids are, right? Because everyone always wonders, like,
thanks for that input. Anyway, keep going.
Yeah, so he hired this fucking Russian guy, this Russian anti-doping guy to, like, help him get the right steroids and, not take so many as to blow his heart out of his chest and whatnot. And through that, it was revealed accidentally, he was just in the right place at the right time, that Russia had an entire state-sponsored doping system.
Yes, and so he is a Russian whistleblower, as it happens, who blew the lid off this thing, and it created an enormous international incident. But at the end of the day, Russia is back into all of the international sporting organizations that they were before it started. Isn't that true?
Yeah, that is true. But it was pretty cool how the system they had set up to cheat in the Olympics. Like, they had a hole in the wall. They had figured out a way to open the sealed bottles of piss without, like, cracking the seal. And they had, like, they would put the whoever it was, whatever athlete for whatever sport it was, would piss in the bottle, but then there would be like little fucking tube that they put the piss through, and then the piss came out another tube in another hole. There's a whole other room off to the side here with clean piss. And that's how they fucking, convinced everyone that they were clean.
You got to ask yourself, how cool would it have been to be on the Russian doping team? You know what I'm saying? Like the science team from this.
Yeah, you do feel like a spy.
Yeah, it'd be pretty cool.
Now, maybe it's just my Cold War childhood talking here, but is anybody here surprised by this? I mean, haven't the Russians been doping their athletes since the 70s?
And before. Yeah, since really...
I mean, so were we in the 70s.
Since there's been...
Yeah, but when we do it, it's cool.
Wait a minute.
Okay.
I don't recall any proof that we were doping our athletes in the 70s. I don't recall hearing that. Other than on this podcast.
Medical professional?
American athletes doping in the 70s.
Now I know who's typing. Okay, I've been hearing the clickety-clack in the background, and now I know who's clickety-clacking, and it's Noah.
Always me. It's always me.
Always
doping
you.
Doping the Olympic Games. Let's look. Doping the United States.
Yeah. So
that's going to be a rabbit hole for sure.
This is bad. This is too long.
Yeah, it is too long. And I'll tell you another thing. My hero, let's just listen to Bruce Jenner, my childhood hero, listen, at the time he was Bruce. At the time he was Bruce, he was my childhood hero, and I will tell you that Bruce Jenner never took an illegal substance to triumph in the decathlon. Not one. And
How do you know?
How do I know that? It's a faith-based knowledge.
You just gotta believe.
Yes, absolutely. We all believe in something.
It was his secret vagina that powered him through.
Women coming through for the win as usual.
Okay.
Right.
But getting none of the credit unless it's for a man.
Well,
Right.
unless they're trapped in a man's body, as Bruce was at that time.
I was going to say Bruce is the man, but I guess I'm not going to say that.
Well, Bruce was the man. Actually,
Now she's the
Bruce
woman.
was the man.
was he ever the man, though? Hey, you going to plug in your mic there, bud?
Working on it.
Okay,
Maybe
got
someday.
it. Got it. All right, well, so, yeah, doping. Yes, I've seen the trailer for Icarus. To answer your question directly, Nicholas, no, I have not seen Icarus. But I saw...
What the fuck is Icarus now?
Icarus,
It's a documentary about everything I just said.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Sorry.
That's okay. You're testing your microphone, and that's important. And it sounds like it's working.
So, Dad, do you have anything pressing you want to talk about? Because
Yeah, I do. Just one thing, one news item that's of critical importance to me, and that is SpaceX launched their Falcon Heavy, first commercial launch ever of the Falcon Heavy. And not
Did
only
you go see it?
No, I didn't go see it because it was pushed later into the week. It wasn't over the weekend. But what I will tell you is that it was a complete success, and for the first time in history, all three of the cores that were used to power the Falcon Heavy successfully returned to Earth. Now that's how cool is that? The answer is it's very,
cool.
very, very cool indeed.
You know
So,
what else is fucking cool?
what's
Is
that?
the picture of the black hole that got released this week?
okay, all
That
right.
was
Is
Yeah,
that
science
really
is the
cool?
shit.
Is that really cool? Everyone's
No, it's just
tripping
a
dicks over
blurry
this picture of this black hole.
How about
And I'm
now?
like,
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you
It's
now.
super underwhelming.
yeah, it's super underwhelming. I'm like, okay, looks like what you
Do you
would
know how
think
much-
a black hole
How about
looks like.
now?
It's
Now I
orange
can hear
around
me.
it.
Did you see how much collaboration and data had to go into that, though? In terms of a scientific achievement, that's amazing.
That makes it all the more underwhelming. That picture is nothing to write home about. That picture, right? Anyone could have just.
Can you hear me
made that.
now?
Yes.
Yeah, we
They
can hear
didn't
you.
have to make it. It wasn't an artist rendering. It was a real ass thing.
Yes, it's
It looks like a blurry picture of a glow in the dark
Okay,
condom.
it does.
Yeah.
That's
That's not
what it
the
looks.
but you to Sarah's
Point
point.
here.
You're taking
I'm
a
just saying, like, it wasn't anything cry and awe, you know?
It feels like
And
that.
everyone on the internet's freaking out about
No,
it.
but it
and I'm
is.
just
It's
like,
fucking cool, man.
Yeah, and so let me just
Okay.
say this.
I guess.
It's a picture of something that emits no light. So imagine the science that has to go into. Noah, could you please do your homework some other time? Anyway, the point is that it's a picture of something that emits
I don't think he's.
emits no light. It emits no light. So how do you get a picture of something that doesn't have any light coming out of it that by definition traps all light going into it? You see. That's what makes it so impressive.
It's the gases surrounding it. If I understood the article.
You did.
I mean,
you did understand the article.
That's cool, but it's still like, it's just a black hole. Even the name itself, okay, a black hole. There you go. I don't know. It just wasn't that impressive of a
But
picture.
you know
to me.
why?
I don't know.
You know why? Because you're not a fucking space nerd. Now shut up and let me nerd out about this.
I'm kind of a space nerd.
I agree.
I think you're a wannabe space nerd.
Maybe, but I'm just like, if you can imagine a black hole and then they come up with a picture of it and you're like, oh shit, it's exactly like I thought it would look.
Well,
Nothing like, mind
amount-
bending.
Okay, whatever.
Did
The
I
amount of
understand
collaboration and data
correctly
science.
that it was a woman that developed the algorithm that allowed them to actually photograph the black hole?
that is
It
correct.
was.
A 29-year-old woman, a graduate student, in fact.
They took a picture of her and compared it to the woman who made the moon landing possible with her
Calculations.
her ADA program.
Yeah.
Her 6-foot tall book of code.
Yes.
Yeah, so they took a picture and put them side by side, and it turns out they're the same woman.
Yeah.
Yeah. I will say this, and this is the first and last time you'll ever hear this, Dad. So good thing you've got it on recording here. Is that you were right? I should have gone into aerospace engineering. Should have gone to NASA. Should have listened, but I didn't.
Well, it's not too late. It's not. See, Guy agrees. It's not too late.
It's never too late.
What, to get into NASA? I feel like it's a little late. I'm not an aerospace engineer.
No, but you're a
You could
computer
become
engineer.
one.
You're a
You always
computer
go
engineer.
back to school.
Yeah, they probably got a opening in there for a computer
That was
engineer.
also going
They
to
definitely do.
Yeah, I would say so. I think it's probably pretty. Yeah, this is.
And one of our neighbors works for NASA.
Yeah, this is really useful input because we can't hear you, hon.
She said one of our neighbors works for NASA.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah. Which neighbor is that, hon? And she's out. Yeah. Well, it was a good try. Noble attempt.
The people with the collie.
Oh, the people with a collie.
I'm not out. I'm right fucking here.
Yeah.
In the car.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I'm going to say that the car. Yeah, the car thing's not working out, babe. Sorry.
Yeah, I told you.
Oh, he says not. Oh, jeez.
I do like that you refer to your neighbors by their dogs because that's what I do too.
Yeah,
I
well.
feel that's a little discriminatory. I got to do it from the car.
Well, yeah, but you could hear it.
Right?
Man, not
Okay. Well, I tell her to put it on Bluetooth because I was on Bluetooth.
Yeah, that made
It
it.
is on Bluetooth.
Okay, I can kind of hear you now. Okay, good. Now we're back in business. In any event, some cool space news this
Which I
week.
think is the problem.
Potentially. But the point here is that we are, in fact, having some cool space news this week between the Falcon Heavy launch and the black hole photography. So, good news for space. Let's hear it for space. All hail.
Yay, space.
All right, good deal. All right, so that's the big news of the week. Nick, I know that you probably have some facts and questions and items that you wish to share, and I'm ready for those.
Are you?
Yeah.
I mean, the
Are you
radio,
sure?
the radio silence kind of implied. Yeah, we were all attentive.
All right. If we're ready for this damn thing.
We're ready.
So, here we go. Got it right here, and I will. Here's some trivia to start us off. Okay, get the brain flow going. What do you guys know about O.J. Simpson's father?
Not a
Jack
thing.
shit.
Yeah.
Jack shit, yeah.
Well, he was a drag queen,
Oh,
and he
really?
died of AIDS in 1986.
I'll be darned. I did not know that.
Fascinating, Captain.
At least he didn't get to see what a piece of shit his son was. All right. So there's also this little bit here. There's a famous wolf in Yellowstone. Okay, I have a picture of it, but that doesn't matter because you guys probably can't see it. But you could Google it. And this wolf is over 8 years old. Okay, he's an alpha of his pack, which wolves don't live to be 8 years old in the
Really?
wild.
I did not know
Yeah.
that.
Well, I mean, you potentially could, but they get killed or they
Typically, they don't.
In other words, it's a long life for a wolf.
Yeah.
Long life. He's outlived 6 female mates in his tenure as alpha of Yellowstone.
Well, me too, but I'm still, it took me 53 years to do that.
Exactly. So this wolf is churning and burning your numbers, dude.
Oh, no question
Step
about
it
it. Very impressive. And
This
so,
sounds exactly like the type of wolf we need to go work for the army.
right.
Let's start recruiting him now.
Yeah. So good job to all the wolves working there. So did you guys know that the original word for bear has been lost to time, to the sands of time?
Really?
People in the Middle Ages were superstitious and thought saying the animal's name would summon it. So they called it bear, which means the brown one, to avoid saying its actual name.
Well, no, in Latin, though, the name Urso means bear. So it's not like,
Yeah, but that's not bear.
That's not the English word for it.
Oh.
The old English
The
word,
Ger-
right?
the
Is that
That's
what-
the real word.
I mean, it's a real word.
Oh, no. It says the Old English here was beta.
There you go. They found it. We did it, guys.
The West Germanic origin is lost.
I see. Well,
Yeah, whatever. Some origin of it is lost. The point is, people didn't want to call the thing by its actual name because they thought it would summon the creature. So they
Which
called it
the
a
actual
bear.
name is what?
Creature.
beta, apparently.
Well, that's.
What does
I
it
mean, what?
Bera,
All right, what
Bera.
language is that in?
have to do with
Old
wolf?
English. I mean, I don't think I'm pronouncing the
Isolated.
R right, but I don't know which phoneme they're using there.
Okay.
Anglo-Saxon.
Bera. Bera.
Bear. Right. Actually, that's Irish for bear. Bear.
Scottish.
Or Scottish or something. I don't know.
Irish. All right.
That sounds like a tall tale anyway.
All right. So this is an individual question for everybody.
Okay, good. Now we're getting to it.
What if you could? This is kind of like the fusion question, but a little more simple. All right. If you
Okay.
could turn into any animal, what would it be?
Okay.
Why?
If you could turn into any animal, what would it be and why? Elsie, we're going to start with you because your audio is of the least. We're going to work from least audio quality to highest. So we're starting with Elsie. And she's not available because she's in a dead spot. No problem. Okay, we're going to move on to the next highest quality.
What? No, I'm not. You know what? Fuck it. I'm out.
I think it was just a delay.
It's not
That's
worth it.
fine.
I'm tired of being discriminated against.
Okay.
So y'all have fun. Bye-bye.
Wow.
Nice talking to you.
We got bye-bye.
We sure did. Oh, man.
Got wrecked.
Yeah, we did. Oh, well, so she vanished into another time portal. All right, so Noah, you, actually, Guy, you're next. You're up.
Is my audio quality the least of everyone's?
Well, when you're talking to the mic, it's among the best.
Okay. Well, I'll still go. I would say that I would be. Well, you know what? Come back to me. This is going to require some more thought.
Okay, very good. All right.
I want to ask a clarification.
Yes.
Can I turn back? Is this like an animagus form or whatever animag form? Okay.
Does it have to be a real animal? Can I be a dragon?
Yeah, you can be a dragon, sure.
Okay, fuck it. I'm a dragon.
Arr.
All right.
Arr.
Are you a fire-breathing flying dragon? I mean, is that part of the
I'm
thing?
Puff the Magic Dragon.
Oh, okay.
Fuck yeah, dude.
All right.
All right, how about you, Noah?
Damn straight. Oh, well, I'm staring at bear etymology. So I think I think I'll go otter. Actually, I'll go
Otter.
Seems
Well,
like
that was
happy
random. I'm looking at bears, so I think I'll go otter.
No, that makes sense in the gay community. But anyway, there you go. She got it.
I get it too, actually.
Aim back around.
I'm lost.
Do you want to explain
All
it,
right.
Noah?
Someone have to explain it to me.
A little breakdown here. All right, so bear in the gay community is a big hairy man, that likes other men, and then an otter would be a smaller man, but is also hairy.
Oh, yeah, that's
which
you.
is a pretty accurate representation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus,
Now I understand.
it should be noted. It should be noted that otters are generally regarded as very fun-loving and very playful.
Nah, dude. No, they're not.
No?
They are savages, dude.
Really?
They are rapists and murderers and necrophilia. They are, dude. No, I'm not kidding. Look it up right now. No, look up what.
It's like when somebody's like, "Oh, children are so cute." Like, no, they're rapists
They
and
are,
murderers.
dude. So otters.
How did we get to necrophilia?
Yeah, exactly.
I'll tell you right fucking now. So strap in, boys. Yeah, strap in. Put your helmet on, okay? I'm gonna ask your seatbelt because here it comes.
Okay,
See,
we're listening.
otters, when they mate, as you know, otters spend most of their life in the water, right? Okay, so when they mate, they have like this dance they do. They twist around in the water and whatever. That's their little mating dance. But sometimes male otters are known to just hold that bitch underwater until she's dead, or just bite her neck while they're doing the dance while she's dead, and then continue to mate with the corpse for what appears to be fun.
Well, so that doesn't seem like an evolutionarily advantageous procedure to me.
I don't know, dude. I didn't write the otter policy. They just do that.
Evolution went out the window when they started.
How did you come
breeding
across
them
this
in the
information?
Yeah.
It was a TIL on or something about some article.
I'm looking at a Vox article on it right now.
Today.
You said, hold on here. Did you say you were doing a research paper on otter necrophilia?
No, I do that for fun.
That was for fun. Okay, never mind.
I believe that when I entitle this episode, it will be the otter necrophilia episode.
Yeah, it's the real thing, dude. And
All right.
they've.
What?
I can get into, yeah. See now.
Okay, so this says approximately 11% of sea otters found dead on the California coast from 98 to 01 were killed, at least in part, by trauma associated with mating.
Well, there you go. Okay. So
The murder rate is pretty high in the otter community, is
I
what I'm hearing.
I would say so. So
We need to do some
How does that
outreach.
look on your resume? Fucked to death by an otter.
the answer is, do you have a resume
Not
after
getting
that?
into
I don't
heaven
know.
with that resume.
Yeah.
The
Forced
answer.
copulation.
All right. So does that change your opinion about your choice of animal selection, Noah? Yeah.
I say he's not going to be a girl otter.
Okay.
So
It's fine. Okay, good. All right. So you're next.
I mean, look, you can choose not to be a bad otter. You know what I'm saying? They have choices.
Okay,
yeah, it's
good.
down to the individual otter. I guess I'm being a little bit racist by saying they're all rapists and necrophiliacs. However, statistically, it's shown that their people do, or their otter.
1 in 10. 1 in 10.
1 in 10 is a.
Actually, 1 in
Look,
9.
you're gonna have bad eggs everywhere. Okay. I don't think this is,
You don't want to let.
This is not representative of the otter.
I've got plenty of friends who are otters. I'm not trying to, end this on all otters. I'm just saying.
Just because 11% are rapists and necrophiliacs doesn't mean you can color the whole species that way. Am I right? Yeah. Okay, good.
That's profiling.
Yeah, it is. It's unfair. So so far we have Guy, dragon, Noah, otter, Sarah.
I'd probably be a dog
Oh,
because
okay.
they're beloved.
All right. What
Like,
what flavor
what
of dog?
I don't know. Does it matter? One that people love. Maybe a lab
Oh,
or
yeah.
like a
Bernard.
retriever or something.
Yeah. People
As a golden retriever, I could be a service dog.
people love collies too. You could also be a service dog as a collie.
Yeah, but I don't want to die at the end of Lassie.
Oh, that's true. Well, plus our collie did shit on our basement floor again. Again.
Did your Roomba find it again?
No, we found it before the Roomba took over. Well, plus that Roomba is still covered in shit. So this is, Elsie's not here to defend herself, but she's like, no, we are not throwing this Roomba out. We are going to clean this thing. So we cleaned all the parts that we can clean except for the part that we have to hand wash. And that's still sitting in a plastic bag in our basement, covered in now calcified dog shit.
Petrified dog shit.
Yes, petrified is a better
what you
word.
need to do?
What's
you need
that?
to bury that shit in the backyard and let some future archaeologist deal with it.
I'm gonna tell us a quick story here. When I used to work at the power plant, when things would sort of be broke but not quite, we'd just go ahead and break them all the way.
Yeah.
So my advice to you is to go ahead and lose a piece or to break something to where it's not repairable, and then
Yeah, that's a good idea right there.
And then get a new fucking Roomba.
Yeah, that's probably a pretty good
repair.
Yeah, actually, all I need to do is just lose a couple of key nuts and bolts. We're all set.
What you gotta do is you gotta take it out and fucking office space that bitch. You know what I'm saying?
For those who are unfamiliar with that reference, there's a scene in which they smash a combined fax copier, as I recall. Or maybe it's just a fax machine, but they smash it. And they feel good about it. All right, so
Nice rap song.
so we got dragon, otter, dog, Nick.
Oh, I'd like to be some kind of bird of prey. That'd be
I thought
kinda
that too, like
Yeah.
a falcon.
Like a hawk or a
A
Something
dragon's
like-
kind of like a bird of prey,
yeah.
Yeah.
Dragon's a lizard of prey.
a lizard of prey.
A
yeah.
Aerial lizard of prey.
A flying, fire-breathing lizard of prey. I think that's a fair description.
A Komodo dragon is a real animal. That'd be kind of cool to be.
Yeah,
Komodo.
did you know they don't have any venom, but their mouths just are so disgusting. Like the bacteria is so strong that they'll kill you.
And
in like
actually,
10 minutes.
that was actually the common belief, but it's recently been discovered that they do in fact have venom.
Oh, they
Really?
do. I see.
No.
Look it up.
Yeah, I'll be darned. They've
So-
got venom
When do you have
I've
time
been-
to find all this shit out?
in his spare
You know-
This
time.
great project is ruined.
You guys must spend an inordinate amount of time watching Animal Planet.
I spent an
legit,
inordinate amount of time on Reddit, though.
I legit have been watching Blue Planet and shit. And
Yeah.
it's like, I get super into it because David Attenborough's voice is just so soothing.
Right.
But there's a thing called the Attenborough effect, where because of Blue Planet and the wide availability of that sort of information, single-use plastics has gone down by like 52% or something like
Yes,
that. They
50.
attribute it to the Attenborough effect.
Yes,
Very good.
I did. I saw that on Reddit as well.
It's
I-
almost like if you
just,
get information to people, they make informed decisions.
I recently purchased some stainless steel straws, so I can attest to that.
Stainless.
There you go.
Well done. Very good, Guy.
Thank you. I've done my part.
I'll say, and more, and so much more.
So much more.
All right,
Right.
so Nick, you're going with bird of prey. We're going to go ahead and say falcon because it's cool to say falcon.
Yeah, it is cool.
All right, very good.
A falcon is so much cooler to
Crows
say
would
than a
be
hawk.
fucking cool too.
Yeah, because they use
Those are very intelligent. They can actually talk.
and
Yeah, but
they use
This is
tools.
assuming you would have your mind. You know what I mean? It's just you turning into an animal. So
I'd
it doesn't
still
matter
pick
what the
dog.
intelligence, or maybe an
Like
owl.
the Animorphs, yo.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
and you change like an animorph. Like you have that one stage in the middle between human and animal where you're half human, half animal.
Why is this whole episode about furries? I think this is a furry episode.
No one said anything about furries, but now that you said it,
Yeah.
it's out there in the open.
No one's saying anything about
thinking
furries.
about it.
This is not the furry
We're
episode.
talking about it.
This is
Wasn't that an episode on CSI where the guy accidentally got shot?
by what? An animal?
No, by a hunter. He was out. He went to a furry convention in Las Vegas. He stepped out to take a piss outside of his car, and a hunter shot him.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
I've heard that before.
that hunter probably had his furry hunting license.
I'm just saying that
Walmart
that the
for $15.
CSI, some of those episodes were based on real life things that happened.
I see. Well,
Hmm.
yes, based on actual
You ever
events.
heard that, like, 1,000 Ways to Die, where this one dude was dressed up as a furry at a party or something, and he, like, went off to take a piss, and he saw some bear and tried to fuck it, and then it's just...
Yeah, he deserved that.
Oh,
This is
I don't
no.
think that's a real thing. Well, those are like made up, I'm pretty sure. But
yeah. Yeah, we're gonna
You're pretty sure, huh?
Yeah, if you try to fuck a bear, that bear should
Now
kill
we're
you.
talking about the animal bear and not the gay kind, right?
we don't know. We don't know.
Is this a spirit bear? What kind of fucking bear are we dealing with?
You gotta buy both and drink first.
Is it a attack fucking polar bear? Is it a spirit bear? Is it a fucking? Come on, now, quantify.
How
it.
long are the claws? How sharp are the teeth? These are the questions.
All right. So, in any event, this is not the furry episode. This is the otter necrophilia episode. So let's just keep it straight. Now, in the meantime,
Let's go back to this Komodo dragon thing, okay? Because I was looking at it, and the reason they thought that they originally had those like bacteria in their mouth was because apparently water buffaloes will like go running in the water once they get bitten. So the water was nasty as fuck, and that's why they got sepsis.
Yeah.
but in
Yeah.
fact, they had venom as well. So,
Yeah, it was a common, because so few people had ever gotten close enough to a Komodo dragon to, like, open it up.
Swab their mouth.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Because those things can run like 30 miles an hour.
right.
Yeah, it's crazy how fast they are.
Yeah, they're real fast, and they actively hunt people too. Like if you're, and they can climb trees, so there's really nowhere you can hide. I don't know if they can swim or not. So no one really had done the proper research.
Right.
So
You
who
know.
was the brave soul that got a cotton swab in a fucking Komodo dragon's mouth?
They
Actually,
didn't get a cotton swab. They found a dead body and cut it open and found it.
no, that's not true. Actually, the person who swabbed the Komodo dragon's mouth, that's the same 29-year-old graduate student who did the math to allow us to view a black hole for the first time.
She's very multifaceted.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah,
yes.
she's currently working on a program to send a few Komodo dragons into space.
To Mars specifically.
Yeah.
So we're very excited
You know
about
why? Because she's a lizard person.
that. Right. We don't know that. All right, so now we're getting to the grand
That's where
finale.
you're drawing the line. That's the okay, whatever.
Yeah, that's where I'm drawing the line.
What's your spirit animal, Dad?
Finally, we get to the grand finale of the spirit animal question. If I were going to change into any animal, had the power to change into any animal, I would change into Sasquatch.
That's a good one.
It is, isn't it?
So just
What's
a
your
taller,
reason?
hairier version of yourself?
Yeah, what's the reasoning behind
That's pretty
this?
fucking whack, dude.
Because everyone loves Sasquatch. Everyone wants to know what Sasquatch is all about. Everyone wants to capture Sasquatch.
Sasquatch. Is this a fucking ape covered in marinara or
This
something?
is Sacagawea versus Sacagawea.
Sasquatch. I got a souse.
Is it now a debate on how we pronounce Sasquatch?
Yes, it is.
It's definitely not Sasquatch. No one ever called it Sasquatch. That was never a thing. Never heard that show or movie.
Just checking.
Well, what's it? Bigfoot? Okay, no one can criticize my pronunciation of Bigfoot, right?
How about Yeti?
Yeah, Yeti would be cool. Well, Yeti, I'd prefer to be in warm weather.
I think you'd get killed if you were a Sasquatch. There's
No.
someone that's going to go hunting for you.
Okay, well, Dad, they're all hairy. I mean, even Bigfoot supposedly had hair. You can't like go chill in Florida.
Yeah,
Talking about-
well, that's true. It would have to be an intermediate climate to really enjoy it, I suppose.
Perhaps the Colorado
Pacific
Rockies.
Northwest.
Yes.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. All right. So a non-fictional
Yeah,
animal.
like my mind.
A non-fictional animal. I would love to be a moose, a majestic moose.
That'd be a good one.
Yeah, they've got.
Islanders butt.
A moose once killed my sister.
I did not know that.
I saw a moose eating a pumpkin one day.
Really? Huh?
True story in Evergreen.
Really?
Right around Halloween, yeah. People in Evergreen throw their pumpkins out and the moose come and eat them.
Huh. Have you ever seen a moose
like a weird
eating a
ritual.
pumpkin down by the bay? Down by the bay.
Oh,
Yeah.
Kyler would love that if
Yeah.
you were here.
I sure would. It's a song that goes on forever. Well, in any event, so there we've covered the spirit animal ground there. So we have in order
You
dragon.
should probably say animagus or whatever.
If I can't be a
Spirit
dragon,
animal's a
I'll
little
be a
racist.
lion. Because if it can't be a fictional animal, then I'll be a lion because that's my astrological sign. So I change it to lion.
Okay, lion, male
The
lion.
weakest astrological sign of all time.
What?
I'm two fish with their tails tied together. The fuck is that? What use is
I'm
that?
a person pouring water from a jug, so
Well, whatever. It's better
At least
than
I still
two
have my
fish with their
autonomy.
fucking tails tied together.
yeah, you're right.
Well, I
Like,
don't know.
It'd be better if it was just one fish or two.
Kyler's a
fish next to each
cancer.
other.
How disappointing is that?
He's a crab, though. That's a crab. You know.
Yeah, well,
Scuttling
It's
around,
the
that's cool.
name. It's the name I don't care for.
That's true.
cancer. Yeah. Well, on the other hand, I'm a Virgo, which means that I'm a woman. So there you go. A woman holding a jug. That's me. So there you go. You can't read too much into astrology. That's my
I'm
opinion.
still a fucking lion, though.
Hell yeah. Oh
There's
yeah.
someone with lions. There's people with bulls and scorpions and crabs. Those are animals. Well, I guess mine's animals too, but it's useless animals.
Not so. Fish feed millions, billions even.
There you go. You're a giver.
You
I guess,
are
yeah.
a giver of life. All right, so we've gone from dragon to lion, otter, dog, falcon, and moose. I think
Done.
that's a good. And all of those animals, if Elsie was here, she would say all of those animals could be used to form an animal army for the United States.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
moose
I
are
was
fucking
thinking-
killers, dude.
Something more along the line of like gorillas on this giant hypothetical wall. Gorillas trained there, they would be holding crocodiles and sharks, and these crocodiles and sharks would have some sort of gun or laser attached to their head, and the gorillas would be trained to throw the crocodiles and sharks like projectiles themselves at intruders.
Yes, this is a long-standing plan that you've had. You've
Yeah.
rolled out that
Wouldn't
plan
that kill
before.
the shark?
What's that? No.
Wouldn't that process kill the shark?
No, we would hook up
It's
some
like
sort
has to
of
be outside of water.
breathing apparatus on them.
Like a
ventilate.
space suit, but for a shark.
Yeah.
I like a croc. I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah.
Like
Anyway.
mobility.
All right, we're going to move off this topic because it's boring to me. So, what's next?
Okay, so what non-alcoholic beverage is the nectar of the gods?
Non-alcohol. Oh, that's easy. That's super, super easy. Water.
Yeah.
I mean, water.
Lame.
I
Water,
can-
water is the.
Yeah, that is such a lame answer. What the fuck? That's come on, come on.
I disagree. You can freeze it. You can
You can freeze anything.
drink it.
So water tastes better to you than anything else on this planet that's non-alcoholic?
When
No, I'm
when
not saying that. I'm just saying that it is like the lifeblood of the planet.
That
Not-
wasn't the question
and not
at
all.
all. But I'll tell you.
Nectar of the gods.
Let me
Come on.
tell you.
All right. There appears to be some confusion here. So let me go ahead and clear this up. All right?
You
What
clarify.
is your favorite tasting drink that is non-alcoholic?
And not water.
Yeah.
If water is your favorite tasting drink, there might be something going on. You know what I mean?
Legit.
You might have been abducted by aliens and they, rewired your brain. Nothing tastes better than water. Don't get me wrong. I drink water more than anything else, but
No. When.
That's a lie.
Wait.
what do I drink more than water?
Beer.
Beer.
Yeah.
I definitely don't drink beer more than water. I would be.
There's water in beer.
There is. It's true.
Exactly.
Water
So
and a lot
therefore,
of
the amount of water is always a little bit higher.
things. No matter what I drink.
Because there's water in the beer. You know what I mean?
Legit, though, I gotta say, a chai latte. That shit is delicious.
That is very good.
A chai-
That's a
chai
proper answer. That was
I'll
good.
go with orange juice.
Orange
That was
juice.
probably what I was going to say too. Orange juice with pineapple in it. Pineapple
What the
orange juice.
fuck?
Oh fuck
No, that's
yeah.
good shit. Or like mango.
Yeah,
mango.
mango.
Anything.
Mix all that
mango.
shit in together. It's pretty
Nasty.
tasty.
Yeah, pineapple, mango, and orange juice. I would probably fuck it.
Raspberry, like sugar tea or whatever the fuck
That's pretty good
V8
too.
makes.
Raspberry sugar tea. Interesting. I don't know. I've never heard of such a thing. But what I will say is that
I got one in the fridge.
Oh, really? A raspberry sugar tea?
Yeah, well, it's a raspberry zing tea. Yeah,
I'll be darned. I never heard
Yeah,
of it.
that thing.
sweet tea is more commonly referred to as raspberry sweet tea.
Oh, I see. Yeah, then I'm down with it. But I'm going to just say this in defense of water. when you are truly thirsty, there is nothing as satisfying as an ice-cold glass of water.
I couldn't agree more. But say that you're completely satisfied, sitting on your couch, okay, reading a book. I could use a drink right now, but non-alcoholic, because,
Right,
whatever.
right. Yeah.
Because that's too easy. Oh, it's the nectar of the gods. What drink would you want right there?
Latte.
Well, you know what?
You're not thirsty at all. Matter of fact, you just drank a gallon of water beforehand after a crisp walk.
Now you have to get up to go to the bathroom. So while you're up, you're going to get yourself something to drink.
Yeah, you've properly hydrated yourself. Yeah, and you would like a delicious beverage, and all of a sudden a magical genie wearing a tuxedo ascends from behind your counter. And he
looks suspiciously like Will Smith.
Yeah, but he's not.
That
But he could be.
Because he's trademarked.
You're not sure if you're being invaded or what's happening, but he offers you a drink. He says it could be any drink. What drink would it be, Dad?
Okay, so in that specific instance, it would probably be, am I hot or cold?
You're perfectly content.
Okay, so
it's a cool 65, 70 degrees in your house. 75 degrees.
Well, I'll say this. If let's just say that I'm in the mood for a warm beverage. What I would get is a nice piping hot chocolate. So good. So tasty. Okay, but if I'm in a mood for an icy cold beverage, I'm going to be getting a pomegranate like Crystal Light type situation. I love that pomegranate stuff. So good.
You know where you can get both good hot and cold drinks?
Where?
At our sponsor, Ziffs.
Way to work in Ziffs. Ziffs, fine dining in a relaxed continental atmosphere in Invercargill, New Zealand. Long-term fake sponsors of a Shinn Show. And after you're done with your cool, refreshing beverage at Ziffs, head on over to the Throne Room. Heavy tattoos after your cool, refreshing beverage at Ziffs. Also in Invercargill, New Zealand. Also a long-term fake sponsor of a Shinn Show. Time now also for our weekly shout out to Ben, our sole binge listener. I should mention,
Ben.
Hey Ben, way to go. We're into it. So,
I like how it's a relaxed continental atmosphere as opposed to a tense continental atmosphere.
Stressful.
An uptight continental atmosphere where you're going to be nervous and uncomfortable the whole time because you're
asked to leave repeatedly.
Yes. Sir, will you please leave, sir? All right, anyway. No, that's not going to happen at Ziffs. At Ziffs, you're going to be welcomed like family. Assuming you have family you like. So, anyway, on the subject, though, of listenership, I had somebody in my office this week say, hey, I heard you have a podcast. I said, yes, by all means.
Don't listen to it.
Do not listen to it. Yeah, too explicit. Too explicit.
What did they say?
They had no comment to that. But I think I successfully scared them off. Pretty sure.
Well done.
Thank you. Thank you.
Cool.
This isn't, this podcast is a lot like Nebraska. It's not for everyone.
This isn't playtime, motherfucker. Okay? It's a podcast.
We're not fucking around, as they like to say.
Except
see shit that you can't unsee.
Right. Audio in your mind, because it's theater of the mind. Hey, look who's back with us. It's Elsie. She's back out of the car.
Hey, I had a feeling the car situation was not going to work well, but I've just arrived at work. But you know where I'm really wishing I had just arrived?
Ziffs.
A throne room for a Mike Tyson style face tattoo. But you know where I'd go show off my Mike Tyson face tattoo?
Ziffs.
Ziffs.
It's crazy. We're getting all the ziffs in today.
Yeah, we are. Well, they're
waiting for that check to roll in, baby.
Is this like the fourth or fifth Ziffs reference?
We were just talking about it.
Right at the tail end. Perfectly.
Yeah, it was. Outstanding. Well done. So we went through which spirit animal we'd all like to be, and Guy selected lion, and Sarah selected dog, and Noah selected otter, and Nicholas selected falcon, and I selected moose. And
so, of course, Noah selected otter. But I didn't think it was spirit animal. I just thought it was, what animal would you be?
Yeah, Dad kind of just threw the spirit animal on there. I'm not sure.
Got it. Because I've been thinking about this on the drive, and I would either go with something like really wild and weird, like a mantis shrimp, which can see something like 300 times more colors than we can, and they have these little interesting lives, or a Galapagos turtle, where you either die pretty much as soon as you've hatched, or you live for hundreds of years. Like, it's a real crapshoot.
Now, those are good answers.
Those fucking dwarf our answers. I mean, those are
thought out.
Wow.
That was biology, yo.
But I had had half an hour to think about it on my drive, you see.
Oh,
Yeah.
so that's
Here I
Mantis
am.
shrimp would be
Oh
very-
yeah, I'll be a fucking lion, I guess. No thought whatsoever
Maybe
into
some
it.
kind of bird.
Right? Answers on the cuff like that, they're rough.
yeah, they are. You know, it's a lot of pressure. It really is. So, hey, I want to mention just real quickly that we are now into the 5th season of Sopranos. We've made it all the way into the 5th season. So we've
For
now.
you. I'm on episode 5 of season 1.
Oh, very good.
Paralleling.
Yeah, you are paralleling. Just you're months behind
Exactly the
us.
same, only opposite.
Right.
You are hours behind us.
Hours behind us. I have not read anything this week, nor have I seen any other interesting. We did start, but did not finish to watch The Last Jedi once again, and I hear that the new Star Wars movie is coming out December 20th. It's going to be
Rise of
called,
the Skywalker.
yeah, which is, I hear there's going to be time travel involved.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Where'd
I
you
don't
hear
like
that?
They say the saga
Where'd you get
ends,
that
though.
from?
Internet.
Yeah, I did. It was on the internet, and the concept is there is a Jedi temple on
Right.
some planet and this is part of the canon lore apparently, where there's a portal that can go to any place and any time in the galaxy. And
Nah,
so,
Are they going to try and fix the timeline? Is that what's happening here?
yeah, that's probably what's
Yeah.
happening.
That's definitely not part of the lore. There was never any time travel in Star Wars, like comics or books.
Oh, I heard it. I heard there
Hey,
was in
Disney-
Star Wars
Disney's
Rebels.
got this, all right? They're riding it out.
You s-
Star Wars is Disney's bitch now.
Yeah, something. You should turn off your video now, Noah, because it's affecting your audio. Oh, good. He's turned. It's
Okay.
very good to see him.
I don't think it's the video. I think it's the.
yeah, that
headphones
doesn't make any
Yeah.
sense. But
No, it does, 'cause
so
it's
what
data.
is-
I'm not pretty.
Oh, yeah, it didn't help. Well, anyway, it was worth a shot.
It's the headphones, I believe.
I think you're right. Yeah, well, yeah, just
It doesn't matter.
it's-
The
Okay,
point
yeah,
is,
I still
Let's
want
have
to
the
know
video
where
back,
there was
Noah.
ever time travel in Star Wars. Can we
I don't
establish?
know.
Yes.
I read a really bitchin' fan fiction one time about some fucking Sith artifact that threw them back through. I think it was an alternate dimension, actually.
Yeah.
So that's not really applicable.
Star.
not,
I'm
'cause
telling
it's
you,
not canon.
Star Wars Rebels. Star Wars
But now
Rebels.
nothing's canon, remember?
Star
Yeah,
Wars
they did-
Rebels. Star Wars Rebels. I'm just going to
What
continue to
happened
say
in
that.
Star Wars Rebels?
Exactly what I
the
just
fuck
said.
is Star Wars Rebels.
Star Wars Rebels was a cartoon series that bridged the gap between the end of the prequel trilogy, Revenge of the Sith, or whatever that was. What was that third one? Yeah, it was Revenge of the Sith, right? And
I
then
think so.
Yeah.
and
There's
the
a couple hundred of them now, isn't there?
there's a few, but it bridged the gap between Revenge of the Sith and Star Wars 4: A New Hope. So there was a
So
whole.
that's what the Clone Wars did.
What's that?
No, Clone Wars was just like between the
was
first
the
and second
second movie.
prequel.
Yeah, that was
Are you
between.
serious? Oh my god.
Yeah, dude. So Star Wars Rebels bridged that gap, and that's where that time travel piece of the canon emerged.
In
Yes.
what capacity?
Well, in the capacity where there was this portal, this under this ancient Jedi temple that the Empire was searching for because of its ability to go anywhere at any time, so they could consolidate all of their power. Yo.
I guess, dude. Like, I've read a lot of Star Wars comics, like a lot, and a lot of the novels that were written, and like, that was never like. You're telling me a cartoon show that was made in what year? 2006 or something?
I don't know when I
No,
think Star Wars Rebels was done in
fairly
2012.
recent, isn't it?
Yeah,
It
2012.
has to be, or else it's not fucking canon and none of this matters.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. There's just a lot of established. There's a lot of literature out there that has been. I don't know. I didn't know there was time travel. That sucks. That makes me like it a lot less.
2014 to 2018.
Why do you dislike time travel?
Because it fucks. Like, that's kind of a cop out to me. First off, and it fucks with everything you had previously established. You're gonna go back in time, and now
Well, I will say, if
They
anything,
also use it as like a
involving time
adjustment.
travel has to be very well written,
Yeah, and
Yeah.
yeah.
because if it's not, it's flawed, and you can see through it right away.
yeah.
So you're saying it needs to be more like Back to the Future 1 or 3, but not 2?
Yes, exactly. That's exactly what we're saying, or something similar.
Okay.
All right. So in any event, that movie is coming out December 20th, and I'll be interested to see it just because I love the actress that plays Rey.
I did too.
Daisy Ridley.
Yeah.
But you want to know my number one beef with Star Wars movies lately?
What's that?
It's like, I want to see some more fucking lightsabers. Can we just whip out the lightsabers, please? Can we have two people dueling with lightsabers, please?
Is it-
like,
That was probably my favorite part of Rogue One, is when you see Vader just fucking.
yeah, when he whips out the lightsaber. That's all I want to see. I want to see
some dudes
lightsabers
whip it out.
fight each other. Yeah,
Well,
whip it out.
like,
When in doubt, whip
Dark
it out.
or in the light, whatever. Against each other, facing two men facing each other.
can it be?
Whip it good.
Can it be two women? I mean, why is it got to be two dudes with lightsabers?
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Two
Could be a man and a woman, or
two
two.
Ray
humanoid
didn't
figures.
Ray fight Kylo Ren and with lightsabers in
That was pretty bitchin' when they
Yeah.
fought together.
That was
Yeah.
cool. How
Against-
long was that? 5 minutes out of a 5.5-hour movie. You know what I'm saying? How long more?
I'm still not going to be happy until there's a movie of just Vader fucking killing everybody.
Me too.
Yeah.
You're
Wanna
gonna
see
make a
Order
Han
66?
Solo movie. You're gonna make a Han Solo movie and not a Darth Vader movie. Get the fuck
That
out.
was
of here.
Revenge of the Sith, though, dude.
Yeah.
Like, that's what they
No,
considered.
that was just the story of Darth Vader, of Anakin Skywalker turning into Darth Vader. Yeah, he showed up, killed the Padawans, ordered all the clones to kill all the fucking Jedi, and now his fight with Obi-Wan was cool to me. It gets a lot of, flack online because it was like, I don't know. But it was cool. It's like, that's what I wanted to see. It was like a 10-minute lightsaber duel.
I
and
see.
Then
And
he's
that was
Darth
just
Vader.
bad casting of that particular actor. He'll never be my Darth Vader.
I see.
Well, I
James
don't,
Earl
Like
Jones.
Hayden Christensen?
He fucking sucks. What are you so upset about? I'm speaking truth.
No, okay, legit. I haven't rewatched him since I was like 13, but Hayden Christensen was very formative in my teenage years.
yeah, me
He
too.
looks like
Right.
a sulking child.
Yeah, right. He was very
so was
formative.
He
I.
was. I mean, he
Hey-
became Darth Vader. Didn't have a daddy.
Hayden Christensen was so formative in your teenage years, you became gay. So I don't know. I mean,
Look, here's the point I'm trying to get to is that there was no movie about just Darth Vader,
Right.
Vader and what
Like
he does.
in the prime.
Yeah, in the prime of his Darth
That's
Vader.
true. I would like to explore the Empire a little bit
He was
more.
the Jedi hunter. I want to
I think Noah said it best when he said Star Wars is Disney's bitch now.
right. He
That's
did
true.
say that.
You're
Yeah.
right. You're right.
So what
That
I'd
is,
like to see is Darth Vader and Mickey Mouse get it on. You know what I mean? Violently.
That's gonna happen.
Yeah.
That's gotta
Kingdom
go.
Hearts.
You'd like to see Darth Vader
Does Kingdom Hearts have Star Wars in it now?
death in an otter necrophiliac
Good.
type situation.
I didn't hear exactly what you said, Guy, but I think you should repeat it. It had something to do with otter necrophilia.
Yeah, I said that. I said that you wanted to see Darth Vader fuck Mickey Mouse to death in an otter necrophiliac type situation.
Boy, I'm glad I had you repeat that. Oh my God.
I got the fucking. I didn't get the fucking to death. That's a whole new level.
Oh my God.
Darth Vader
Well,
is
it's
not
not
someone. He
reconciliation.
fucks him to death, all right?
Right.
No,
Well,
I
no
know
half
about
measures for a
lightsabers,
Sith Lord.
yeah. All right. So we're gonna move on from
the
Star
real
Wars.
reason why
There's
the
no
Jedi Order
bounds
is
to
supposed
my
to be celibate.
depravity, okay?
Oh, have we talked about our weeks yet?
Oh no, we have. Oh my gosh, yeah. Elsie's got a whole story of rage, and
I've got a story to share. Okay, so some of you have not necessarily spent enough time with me to know that, I'm fairly low key, fairly chill, go with the flow most of the time about most things. But I had a fucking awful week, horrible, long, awful week. And we had gotten tickets to see a Pink Floyd laser show. Okay, so if any of you don't understand and appreciate how awesome a Pink Floyd laser show can be, then you need to go get yourself some tickets and go see one because it can be very, very cool. So I'm looking forward to it. It's supposed to be like this wonderful, great thing to end my week. I get stuck at work so late helping somebody that I almost make us be late. I mean, Peter got home from Congress an hour before I did. So we get there and we're sitting in the balcony because we got tickets at the last minute so that my cousin could come along. And 2 rows in front of us, there's this guy waving his hands in the air the entire time through Dark Side of the Moon. This lady, 1 row in front of us, 2 seats to the left, was FaceTiming the entire time to
Come
someone who
on.
had a white background in their space. And you're wearing these glasses to enhance light and color, right? So that's like super painful. And then 1 row behind us, 2 seats to the right, are these 2 teenage girls just chatting through the whole fucking thing. So it's the intermission, and we're going to come back and we're going to watch The Wall. I was like, all right, I'm going to have to take care of this. And I confronted everybody. I was like, girls, You need to stop that. It's very distracting. Went up to the guy. I was like, sir, are you having a good time? Oh, well, it was until that lady yelled at me for whistling so much. And I said, oh, well, that's good, because I would also like you to tell you to put your arms down, because I didn't pay $40 to watch your hands wave in the air. To which I got a very drunk story about, he's been to Pink Floyd. You don't understand. That's what you do at the concerts, wave your arms in the air. And I said, yes, if the band was here, I would be doing that too. But it's a laser show, so you need to knock that shit off.
And you're ruining my laser optics.
Yeah.
Right? I got in everybody's face. I made enemies all around us.
Wow, that's cool. I would not have done that.
Yeah.
I would have fantasized about doing that in the shower later. I would have been like, yeah.
In the shower.
Done, Nick.
That's an interesting
that's normally
place
how
to
I
do
do
that.
it.
Yeah. I would have been like, man, I should have walked up and told that motherfucker to put his arms down. It would have been
Right?
so cool.
I was seriously ready to just kick some ass.
Right.
Even your father even leaned over to the lady on FaceTime and he was like, ma'am, you need to put your phone away.
No, that's not what I said. I said, ma'am, could you please stop FaceTiming? That would be helpful. That's what I said.
You said it very angrily.
Well, that's because if I'm going to confront you, I'm going to confront you when I confront you. But I was.
But the moral of this story is, it felt really kind of great and empowering to just stand up for myself and not to be like, oh yeah, you also paid $40. You should be able to do what you want. No, fuck you. If you don't know how to appreciate a Pink Floyd laser show, get the fuck out of here. That's
Respect.
it. I feel better now.
All
I
right.
have 2 Pink Floyd stories.
Yes, I'm listening.
One time I dropped LSD and went to Laser Floyd they have it here at the Museum of Nature and Science, or they used to. And another time I saw Pink Floyd at Mile High live, and I ate several grams of mushrooms and got very, very ill.
So
Sounds about right.
So let me ask you this. Did the hallucinogenics enhance or detract from the experience in both cases?
You know, it's hard to say.
Have you gone sober sometime? Yeah.
It's hard to say because I've never actually been to Pink Floyd, any kind of Pink Floyd experience, when I haven't been under the influence of a psychedelic drug.
I see.
Here's a better question then.
Okay.
LSD or mushrooms? Which was better for that experience?
That and those 2 particular experiences, the LSD was better. But one time I was with Jeremy in
This is our brother, by the way, our ne'er-do-well, sociopathic, now dead brother. Go ahead.
Right. And he goes, here's some mushrooms, eat these. And I ate these mushrooms, and he goes, we're going to go to a concert. We went to see the Electric Light Orchestra, and it is without doubt the best concert I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah,
on mushrooms.
I would
see.
like to see that.
Okay, very good. And how old were you when your brother, who's 12 years older than you, fed you these mushrooms?
I think I was 20. I think I was about 20.
Okay. All right. So at least you were
good. You weren't a minor. That's good.
not like the time he shot you up with heroin when you were 16.
No, that was a different time.
Yeah. All right. Very good. Yes.
And it wasn't actually heroin.
No, it wasn't?
No, it was a speed cocaine mix.
Oh, okay. Well, it's totally
that's
different.
better.
All right. Good.
Or something.
That's a
Or
relief.
worse, who knows?
All right. Well, good. So all hail Elsie for standing up for herself. Well done.
Good job.
Good
Yeah.
job.
Well done.
Good
I
job.
recommend taking your rage out on the public as often as possible.
Yes. Well,
right.
okay.
How could that possibly go wrong?
And that sounds like a reasonable. Don't do that. All right. Anyway, so sports. There was some UFC action last night, and I imagine you kids watched that, correct?
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay.
Why not?
You
What happened?
You were unhappy?
Holloway lost.
Oh, I see. Max
But
Holloway.
Adesanya won, so I guess.
Well, yeah, but Holloway, I mean, he went up a weight class. He still has his belt. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess.
He's still a champion.
And I heard it was a 5-round.
Yeah, he did go all 5
He did
rounds.
go all 5 rounds, but it's crazy because Max Holloway's last fight against Brian Ortega's like a boxer, and he just he busted Brian Ortega's face up. Like, he tooled on him. He made Brian Ortega look like a child in that octagon. It was crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't think anyone could do that to Brian Ortega. And then, so he goes up a weight class and fights Dustin Poirier, who handed him a loss handed Max Holloway a loss when he was 20 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the second fight they've had. And Dustin Poirier was pretty much doing to Max Holloway what he was doing to Ortega.
Got it.
He looked so much bigger though. Like I will say that too.
Poirier?
I feel like Holloway at whatever 145 is where he holds his belt, way faster. So he went up a weight class. I felt like he was just a little bit slower, and I felt like Poirier was bigger.
Yeah, he was bigger for sure, stronger looking.
And so that makes a difference, right? I think when you go up a weight class, sometimes it can work for you, and sometimes it just doesn't work for you. You know, it all depends. Your natural fighting weight is probably the best place to be if you're superb at that weight.
Yeah, well, your natural. What do you mean by your natural fighting weight? You mean like your
walking around weight?
No, I mean
nobody fights that they're walking around.
No,
weight.
I agree, but what you normally get to. I mean,
they should. People should fight at their walking around weight. That's what your prime
DC's
is.
doing.
Like, yeah, that's what Daniel Cormier did, and he's undefeated in heavyweight.
Well, there you go.
The whole point of cutting weight is the idea that you'll fight someone who's smaller than you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But everyone's cutting weight, so.
Yeah, Holloway does look pretty unhealthy when he cuts weight for his 145 class, but I think he performed better there. I don't know. I wouldn't say that he performed poorly here. He just, just couldn't make it happen.
Got it.
Yeah.
Fucking loser.
Hey!
Max Holloway does look like a little bitch too.
Sorry, I don't know who it is. I was just.
Please don't tell him I said that. Well, he is a fucking loser. He lost.
Then he's a fucking loser.
Yeah, he's a fucking loser. And if you bumped into that dude at the bar, you wouldn't even apologize.
He was a very graceful loser, though. Like he's a genuinely good guy. That's why I like him.
All right, I take it back.
Loser. I mean, I don't know. When you get your ass whooped like that, there's no other way to take it but gracefully.
No,
there's James Vick.
Yeah, there's plenty of people who take an ass beating ungracefully. Oh, he didn't have nothing on me. You know, well, then why are you bleeding from
like
your
that.
eyeballs?
Not ass whooping like that, dude.
All right.
Not when it's 25 minutes of getting your face bashed in.
The judges said he won round 2.
I'm just saying, like, sometimes you get knocked out, you get starched right there in the first round, and then you're like, oh, fuck that, you just got lucky. That's understandable. But when you sat there and had a slugfest with the dude and he just outclassed you for 25 minutes, what are you going to say? Like,
I will say
give the guy credit for that, though. I mean, you know what I mean? If the guy can stay in the ring, you know what I mean? If he can take a beating like that, you get some credit.
He does, yeah. And that's the same thing that was impressive about Anthony Smith and John Jones. Anthony Smith went 5 rounds with John Jones, which even Gustafsson, the guy who Anthony Smith is going to fight next, couldn't do.
But Adesanya and Gastelum was the co-main, and it was also a good fight.
That was a fantastic fight.
I heard that too. And, of course, Israel came away victorious.
He did.
The last style bender.
As he's known.
Yeah. He threw a couple good things. He did a question mark kick and a figure 4, which I had to ask Nick what the hell that was.
Oh, yeah.
And he did some really cool, non-traditional things.
And won.
It was a good fight to watch.
Well, that's what he does. That's his.
Yeah, that's his thing.
He's unorthodox to confuse and enrage you.
The more I think about it, most of the fighters I really like are unorthodox.
Well, that's the best way to be, if you get predictable, if you have a pattern to the way you fight, then people will just study the tapes and fucking, that's what TJ
Well,
did.
but if you're like a really good wrestler or a really good boxer, like you can respect that too. Like Ronda Rousey was really good at judo,
Until she wasn't. Until she ran into the preacher's
But that's
daughter.
the thing.
Now she's real good at WWE.
Yeah.
Now she's real good at making herself some money.
Oh, that's good.
Holly Holm is insane. That girl's kickboxing record before she ever even stepped into the cage at UFC was impressive. She was
Isn't she fighting the chick?
Nunes.
Yeah.
Yes.
When is that?
That's going to be.
I'll watch that one.
Hell yeah. It's going to be a good fight.
Yeah, that's going to be
When's
good.
it going to happen? Any idea? Later.
Not sure.
At some later point. Hey, one final point on sports. Any of you see the video of the Auburn gymnast who shattered her dislocated
both of her legs?
Oh,
yeah,
my
that
God.
was fucking rough. Dude.
Oh, that thing was sickening.
Yes.
I want to see that. I love
No,
watching
you
other
don't.
people's pain. I'm a terrible person.
This is one of those things where someone's like, you don't even want to know, and then you know, and you're like, wow, I didn't want to know. This is that video.
I'm looking it up right now.
It looks like it looks like how your knees bend It looks like the exact opposite way.
You know how flamingos walk? Like how flamingos' legs are? That's what her legs look like.
Oh, my God. I don't want to hear this. I don't even want to hear it.
All I know is all I typed in Google was AUBU, and the first thing that comes up is Auburn gymnast.
Yeah. So
I will say I did see her on Twitter saying, "Don't use my video for your entertainment."
yeah, and I think that's fair.
That's a dumb thing to say. You're just inciting.
Right.
Are you kidding
I
me?
didn't
What are you
say it.
gonna say?
I'm just repeating what she said.
I got
I
you.
know. I'm saying that's a dumb thing for her to say. Like, what is she going to go to everyone's house and make sure they're not watching her video?
Well,
Not on those
I mean,
knees, she's not. No, I don't think so.
She doesn't want somebody to put her GIF on a loop with, funny fucking music behind it.
Well, that sucks because it's the internet, so
Right.
people are going to do that specifically because you asked them not to.
Yeah.
That's what the internet is for. That's
The video
specifically
is
what
as
the internet was
gruesome-
created for. Okay.
This moment in
Razzing
time.
on athletes who get grievously injured.
Yeah, well, in any event.
Exactly.
So our hearts and our thoughts and prayers go out to her knees specifically.
We'll be making sure. I'll be making sure to put some Benny Hill music.
Oh,
on top
God.
of her.
Okay, yeah, that's bad. You don't want to see that.
Yeah, dude. You saw it.
Yeah,
I told you.
that's what I'm telling you.
You didn't want to see it.
Listen. Fuck.
But I'm laughing, so
Oh.
Now
she's the
put
winner here.
some Benny Hill music on top of it.
Na, 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 na,
And
na, na, na.
then right when she lands on knees,
Woo!
I would like to formally apologize. I think there may be some backlash over this.
Right. I mean, the otter necrophilia was fine. You start talking about a gymnast's knees, that's a whole different deal.
That's,
Hey,
that's
you know,
a whole
that's what
other ball of wax, my friend.
All right. Well, listen, kids, I think we probably better wrap it up here, and unless somebody else has something extremely pressing. Anything pressing?
I just want to say the best part of this video is how casually people slowly decide to walk up to this girl and help her out after she has just broken both her legs and is screaming on them.
Oh my
Everyone's in
God.
They're
shock.
like, all right.
Yeah, I wasn't planning on
Dude.
becoming a gymnast, but after seeing that,
There was a guy, a comedian, who was doing a bit on how big he was and a bit about having a heart attack, and then he had a heart attack on stage as he was doing this bit, and for like 2 minutes he was on the stage like seizing, and people were just like, is it, they thought it was part of his bit. And somebody backstage was like, that's not part of his gig. And another comedian and ran out and tried to give him CPR. But he died on stage.
what? Damn.
Yeah,
That's
That-
crazy.
it's true. In Britain, that happened, and he died doing what he loved, which is why if I croak suddenly, I want to have it happen on this podcast.
Thanks. Everybody will need so much therapy.
Round of therapy for everyone. First one's on me.
You get therapy. You get therapy. You all get therapy.
All right.
I'll
And-
just lock the studio and we'll never speak of it again.
Burn the house down.
Just board
Delete
up
the
the
video.
studio.
I think you should keep living in the house with the rotting dead corpse inside.
Yeah, just
Right.
when he drops in the booth, you just make some plywood and board up that booth.
I don't want to be too suggestive, Elsie, but this is the necrophiliac episode.
And just
No
let nature
otters
take its
were
course.
recorded in this.
All right. Well, on that cheerful note. A Shinn Show is a production of Shinfluence and features the voices and opinions of the Shinn family, which are exclusively their own. It's brought to you on a fake basis every week by Ziff's, a fine dining establishment in Invercargill, New Zealand, and by The Throne Room, a tattoo parlor also in Invercargill, New Zealand. You can get a Shinn Show on Apple Podcasts, Google Play Music, or wherever you get your podcasts. All right.
Rip
Is it really
Google Music.
brought on a fake basis? I thought this was very real.
Well, the podcast is real. The sponsorships are not. Anyway, good show,
So-
kids.
Question about that. Are we ever going to go to Inver, whatever the fuck?
Cargill?
Yeah, absolutely. When this thing blows up and we're all making $1 million off this podcast, we are going. We're going to have a show from Ziff's in Invercargill.
I think we should
You
go
were kind of
anyway.
the last
Like,
name
if you
in
go
the
insane or something, I think we should drag you there.
Okay. I'm perfectly comfortable with that.
Forget nursing homes. We're just going to take you to New Zealand and drop you off.
At Ziff's.
Yeah.
Right. Good idea, kids.
You're free now.
You're
We're putting you out to pasture.
That's it. All right.
It's gotta be the prettiest place to die.
Oh yeah, sure thing.